What's up everybody? So in today's video I'm going to be going over how I produce this hard Carson type beat. I actually wasn't going to do a breakdown, I was going to be a cook up, but I just got in the zone and it ended up being a dope loop, so I just kept on going with it. I also figured that it'd be more useful if I just broke down each layer. Sometimes I find myself liking those type of tutorials more where they go really into detail of how to produce this sound, but I will be back on the cook up type videos very soon. So I'm just gonna be labeled them one like in depth and then the other one will be cook up, so you guys know that. First started off in Serum with just a standard like synth sound. Goes like this. And we are in G major 152 BPM. So again, this is just a chord, layered a top chord, and then I just made it melodic. Added a little bit of like a strum pattern here, and then nothing crazy. Then what I did is I bounced that out into a different sound in Serum. I added a shaper box with this like time modulation, and then I pretty much had this. Just to give it some type of weird digital, hard video game sound. And then I added a lead from Serum. And all that craziness is from Distortion Cold Fire from Arteria. I just picked this up last night to make 808s. I will be dropping a drum kit probably the end of this week, so go check that out. It's gonna be just very underground, very hard-hitting drum kits and a lot of 808s. I've been having fun just making 808s in Serum. So that's pretty much the hook or the intro, and then we go straight into this part that comes into the verse, and it's just some like repeating pattern chords just to add like movement, So here it is. And the craziness comes from Thermal. Again, I have a Thermal pack out now, 30 presets. That's gonna help you achieve this sound. But as you can see, I mean, there's not really too much, and that's pretty much what it is when it comes to the melody, like all together. So all together, the melody sounds like this. Lately, I've been trying to not overcomplicate everything. It's just so easy to overcomplicate these beats. And then what I do, instead of just EQing out every single sound, I just throw an EQ on the melody, just cutting out the lows. Nothing crazy, just to add room to the 808. Then for the drums, I just added a open hat, of course, hi-hat, clap, 808, a kick, and a snare. And the only thing I did for this kick is I did set it to a bus, and then add decapitator on it, so it just has more harmonic top end saturation for the kick, so you can pretty much drive it without it clipping and just distorting your overall mix. And then I added this crappy little snare roll right here. That just tells the rapper that we're going into the verse. So all together, this is what we have. And that is the main hook, and then it just dies right here. All I did was, I like to do this a lot in my beats, I just take out the hi-hat just to let the rapper know that we're going into the verse. 8 bar verse right here. So the only thing I add back back again is the open hats and the kicks. Then it goes right back into the intro, and that's pretty much the entire beat. I'll show you guys this intro really quick, because let's delete this. When I do these type of Kid Carson type beats, I notice that they'll cut off this hi-hat right in the beginning as the 808 comes in really early. So I really like that, and I try to adapt that to my production. So here it is from the top. You're gonna be like, oh, the 808 switched up, right? I like to do that right as we go back into the verse. Like 808 Mafia does this a lot. I think in Me and My Cup and by Kid Carson, they do this little higher octave 808 pitch. So how I achieve this is these are just the root notes to this, and I just literally created a triplet pattern. Just add something different to not let this beat get boring, because like as you guys can see, it's just the same 808 the whole way. It's just the same bounce. But I figured that in these type of beats, that's really what these rappers want. All my friends that rap to these Ken type beats, every time I send them something with just like too much variation of this, they won't hop on it. So that's pretty much going to be the beat. Hope I taught you guys some stuff. Hope you guys learned something as far as like structure, and just don't overthink these type of beats. They're really, really simple. That's something I had to learn from making these over and over again and seeing what type of beats are actually selling, actually moving. And it seems like the ones that I not put less effort, but I just don't overcomplicate. And I do like to mess around with a lot of effects. As you guys can see, the shaper box, the distortion, cold fire, stuff like that. Those are the keys, the real keys to adding that type of movement to, a pretty static sound, like a lead that just looks like this. You want it to have some type of movement, even though it's just a pretty boring, lead that just carries throughout the entire song. So yeah, hope you guys learned something. Talk to you guys tomorrow with a fresh new video. Peace out.